If you're looking for an easy and healthy way to meal prep breakfast for the week, then you need to try these delicious and savory egg muffins. They're super easy to meal prep in advance, making them great to grab and go to save you time in the mornings. Say goodbye to boring old scrambled eggs or making an omelette from scratch when you're rushing to get ready. They're low carb and packed with protein and nutrition, fueling your mornings with energy while keeping you feeling full. And you can customize them with all sorts of ingredients and flavors to suit your tastes. Today, I'll show you 3 methods of making these egg muffins, with 3 different levels of difficulty. What differentiates them is really just the prep time that's required, but all 3 methods are easy enough that anyone can do it at home. Each recipe will yield 6 egg muffins, but you can double or triple the ingredients to batch prep more at a time. I'll also share some of my favorite flavor combinations with you as well. Let's get into it. Our first method will require the least amount of prep time, so it's great when you're in a rush. First, we're going to crack 6 large eggs and give it a whisk. You can use a mixing bowl, but I like using a large measuring cup to make it easier to pour out of later on. If you want to use fewer eggs, you can use egg whites instead. Just swap a quarter cup of liquid egg whites for every egg that you want to take out. For example, you can either use 6 eggs, or 4 eggs plus half a cup of egg whites, or 2 eggs plus 1 cup of egg whites. For our spices and flavoring, I'm keeping it simple with a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter teaspoon of onion powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and black pepper to taste. But you can add things like paprika, oregano, hot sauce, whatever you like. We're then going to grab a 6-cup regular sized muffin pan and grease it with cooking spray first to prevent it from sticking during baking. Let's then pour our egg base into each muffin cup in equal amounts. With this egg base ready, we can now mix in all sorts of ingredients. This method is about keeping it quick and easy with ready-to-use ingredients. It's a great way to use up any leftovers in your fridge. Let's place our fillings into each cup. I'm going to do 2 different flavors. A meat option on one side with chopped spinach, diced onions, diced ham, and shredded cheddar on top. On the other side, I'll do a vegetarian option with chopped spinach, red peppers, green onions, diced tomatoes, and shredded mozzarella on top. I'm going to top it off with a sprinkle of red chili flakes on one side and dried parsley flakes on the other. Once that's done, let's preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then put our muffin pan in to bake for 20 minutes. Or if you want to use an air fryer, you can bake it at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. You may notice that the egg muffins expand a lot while baking. That's okay, because they will deflate back to a normal size once they've cooled down. Once it's done, take it out and let it cool down for a few minutes. They should slide right out with a butter knife. And just look at how soft and fluffy these little egg muffins are, each one packed with tasty, nutritious ingredients. When you cut into them, you can see that it's perfectly cooked with all the ingredients mixed inside the egg, so you get a little bit of everything in each bite. The top of the muffin is nice and crispy from the melted cheese, while the stuffed egg is moist and tender. This is so incredibly delicious. You can enjoy these right away, or store them away in an airtight container for 3 to 4 days in the fridge, or freeze them for up to 2 to 3 months. Because they're already cooked, just reheat them in the microwave or oven when you're ready to enjoy them. Now to step it up a notch, for our second method, we're going to give our egg muffins even more flavor by cooking the ingredients in advance. You'll need a bit more prep time with this one, but trust me, it's worth it. First, we're going to saute some vegetables and meats as our add-ins. We're going to use half a pound of ground pork sausage, a quarter cup of chopped red bell peppers, a quarter cup of chopped green peppers, a quarter cup of chopped onions, a quarter cup of corn, and half a tablespoon of taco seasoning or whatever spices you like. Let's grab our skillet, and over medium-high heat, let's cook our ground pork sausage until it's browned and in tiny pieces. And then add in our red peppers, green peppers, onions, and corn that will saute for a few minutes. Let's then mix in our taco seasoning, give it a good stir until everything is well combined, and then take it off the stove to set aside. Then in our measuring cup, let's prepare our base mixture, but instead of using 6 eggs, this time I'm going to use 4 large eggs with half a cup of egg whites. Let's give it a whisk until smooth. I'll then add half a tablespoon of taco seasoning for flavor and mix it in with the egg. Let's grab our muffin pan, grease it thoroughly with cooking spray, and scoop in our sauteed fillings from earlier. Let's then pour our egg mixture into each cup right on top of the fillings. I'm then going to top each one off with some shredded Tex-Mex cheese, as well as a sprinkle of red chili flakes, and then throw it into our oven to bake for 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's done, take them out and let them cool down for a few minutes while they settle and deflate. They should easily pop right out just like this. Spending a few extra minutes sauteing and seasoning the ingredients first gives a huge boost of flavor to these egg muffins. The egg is soft, fluffy, and moist, while the cheesy top is nice and crispy, and each bite is packed with flavor and delicious ingredients. Again, I recommend this method if you have a bit more time and want to add more flavor to your egg muffins. Now to level up our egg muffins even further, I'll now show you our third method, which resembles more of a sous vide texture that's uniquely silky and luxuriously creamy. Very different than our previous recipes, but one that you really need to try. For this, we're going to need a blender. Let's start by adding in 4 large eggs, and our secret ingredient, half a cup of full-fat cottage cheese, which will help give this an extra soft, creamy texture. For our seasonings, I'm going to use half a teaspoon of Tabasco hot sauce along with half a teaspoon of garlic powder, but you can use whatever you like. Give it all a blend until it's smooth. Once that's done, let's grab our muffin pan, grease it thoroughly with cooking spray, and then we can add in our fillings. I've got a 1/4 cup of chopped onions, half a cup of diced turkey breast, half a cup of broccoli florets that I've steamed and chopped up. Then I'm going to pour our egg mixture right on top to fill each cup, and then crumble our feta cheese right on top, as well as a sprinkle of some dried oregano. Let's move our muffin pan to the side. Now for this next step, we're going to need a baking tray that's slightly larger than our muffin pan. Into this tray, I'm going to pour in some boiling hot water, but only to about 1/4 to halfway up. I'm going to then place our muffin pan right on top. Let's then carefully move this tray into our preheated oven to bake. What this will do is create a steaming effect inside of our oven, which will help produce a custardy texture that mimics sous vide. But make sure to do this only in an oven and not in an air fryer. You can skip this water tray step if you want. It'll still taste great, but just a little less creamy. When we take it out and let it cool down for a few minutes, we'll have a perfectly crispy top layer with baked cheese and a silky smooth, luxurious, custard-like texture inside with all of our delicious fillings. This one is truly unique in how it tastes compared to our previous recipes, and it does a great job of mimicking the soft, moist, and smooth sous vide-like texture without needing all of the fancy equipment. I hope this video showed you just how easy it is to meal prep a simple, nutritious, and delicious breakfast with egg muffins, regardless of how you make them. Whether you prefer them simple and fluffy or silky and creamy, anyone can make these at home with just a few simple ingredients. If you do give these a try, I'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, thanks for watching. If you'd like to watch more, click here for another video. And if you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.